Welcome once again, seekers of truth, to our channel where we dig deep into the ocean of spirituality to bring you the hidden pearls of wisdom that can transform your life. Today, we're going to discuss one of the most enigmatic aspects of our existence, death, and more specifically, what happens when a person dies. If you want to know what actually happens after death, then we would recommend you watch this video till the end. What is it that transits from this world to the next? Is it the body, the soul, or something else entirely? Join us as we explore these profound questions. This will be a journey into the unknown, guided by the scriptures themselves. So, fasten your seatbelts and prepare for takeoff, because we're about to embark on a spiritual adventure that will redefine your understanding of life, death, and the mysteries that lie beyond. What is the grave? The grave is a place of rest. It is a final resting place where the mortal remains are laid to rest. It is a physical manifestation of death, a tangible reminder of the brevity of human life. But have you ever wondered what truly lies beneath the surface of this seemingly simple concept? According to Christian eschatology, when a person dies, their soul leaves their body and goes directly to be with God. This belief is based on the Bible, particularly passages like Luke 16:22, which states that when the righteous person dies, they are taken to Abraham's bosom, meaning they are in a place of comfort and peace in the afterlife. However, the fate of the soul after death varies depending on whether the person is considered righteous or unrighteous. For example, the Bible also mentions a place called Hades, described as a shadowy realm where the dead await resurrection. In contrast, the unrighteous are believed to be condemned to hell, a place of eternal torment and suffering. This belief in an immediate post-death judgment is shared by other Abrahamic religions, such as Islam, which teaches that the soul is held in a place called Barzakh until Judgment Day, and Judaism, which holds beliefs about a place called Gan Eden, also known as the Garden of Eden, where the righteous are believed to go after death. In Hinduism, the situation is a bit different. After death, the soul, known as the Atman, leaves the body and enters a new one. This process of rebirth is driven by karma, which refers to the actions and their consequences in this life and in previous lives. The goal in Hinduism is to break free from this cycle of death and rebirth and attain moksha, a state of liberation or union with the divine. Now let's delve into the beliefs of other religions. In Buddhism, the concept of a soul is different from how it's viewed in Hinduism. Instead, Buddhism focuses on the idea of unetta, which means there is no permanent self or soul. Instead, there is a continuous flow of physical and mental processes that create the illusion of a separate self. When a person dies in Buddhism, their consciousness ceases to exist, and they are reborn into a new existence based on their karma. Sikhism, on the other hand, believes in the immortality of the soul. According to Sikhism, the soul is eternal, and its purpose is to realize its oneness with the divine. Death is seen as a transition, not an end, and the soul is believed to be reborn into different bodies until it achieves enlightenment and union with God. Now we come to Jainism, an ancient Indian religion that places a strong emphasis on non-violence and self-discipline. Jains believe in the concept of the jiva, which can be translated as soul or living being. Jiva is considered to be eternal, and its primary characteristic is its inherent purity. The jiva is trapped in the cycle of birth and death due to its karmic bonds. But through intense spiritual practices, one can achieve liberation or moksha from this cycle. Each of these faiths offers a unique lens through which to view the afterlife. Some emphasize judgment and retribution, while others focus on rebirth and the possibility of enlightenment. Yet, despite their differences, all of them deal with the universal human fear of death and the longing to understand what lies beyond. Let's now take a deeper look at the concept of the grave itself. What is its purpose? What does it signify? The grave is a physical manifestation of death, a tangible reminder of the fragility of human life. It's a place where the body is laid to rest, marking the finality of death. But it also serves as a site of remembrance, a place where loved ones can come to pay their respects and remember those who have passed on. Graves are often adorned with headstones or monuments that serve as both a marker of the deceased person's life and a symbol of the grief of those left behind. The act of burying someone is also a ritual that helps to process the emotions surrounding death, allowing the living to say goodbye and move forward. However, the significance of the grave goes beyond the emotional and social aspects. In many cultures, the grave holds deep religious and spiritual significance as well. The concept of the grave is mentioned in various holy books, each offering a unique perspective on its meaning and purpose. For instance, in the Christian faith, the empty tomb is a central part of the Easter story, symbolizing the resurrection of Jesus Christ and the promise of eternal life for believers. Similarly, in Islam, the burial rituals are very specific and hold great importance. The body must be buried as soon as possible after death, and the grave is seen as a place of tranquility and rest for the deceased. Now let's talk about the impact of death and the concept of the grave on our lives. Death is a universal experience that all humans must face. It brings with it a range of emotions, from fear and sadness to anger and grief. The finality of death is a concept that has been pondered by philosophers and theologians for centuries. What happens to the soul when the body dies? Does it go to heaven or hell? Is there reincarnation? These are some of the profound questions that arise when we contemplate death. For some, the belief in an afterlife provides comfort, offering a sense of hope and continuity beyond the physical realm. Others find solace in the idea of rebirth, seeing death as a natural transition in the cycle of life. However, the experience of grief and loss is a universal one that transcends religious beliefs. The pain of losing a loved one is something that everyone who has ever experienced loss can relate to. The concept of the grave as a place of remembrance and mourning is therefore an important part of the human experience. It provides a physical focal point for the expression of grief and a place where memories can be shared and honored. Moreover, the concept of the grave raises ethical questions, especially when it comes to the disposal of the body. Different religions and cultures have different beliefs and practices regarding the treatment of the body after death. Some believe in cremation, while others prefer burial. There are also environmental concerns to consider, as the traditional burial practices can have an impact on the environment. The increasing popularity of green burials, which use biodegradable coffins and avoid embalming, reflects a growing awareness of these issues. So, what is the truth about the grave? According to all religions and death and authentic through holy books, the concept of the grave varies widely across different faiths. While all religions acknowledge death as a universal truth, their beliefs about what happens to the soul and the significance of the grave differ greatly. Some believe in an afterlife where the soul is judged and sent to either a place of reward or punishment. Others believe in reincarnation, where the soul is reborn into a new body. Still, others believe that death is merely a transition to another form of existence. The concept of the grave itself also varies across cultures. In some cultures, the body is buried in the ground, while in others it is cremated or even left exposed to the elements. Some religions have specific rituals and customs surrounding death and burial, while others are more informal. Despite these differences, all religions offer comfort and guidance during the difficult time of death and mourning. They provide a framework for understanding the meaning of death and the purpose of the grave, helping us to cope with the loss of a loved one and the inevitability of our own mortality. A salute. If you like this video, hit the like button and mention in comments which religion you follow. Subscribe to know something new every day. Thank you once again.